The 2018 edition of the Annang Festival of Arts and Culture, AFAC, may have come and gone, but the memories will linger on. The festival, which is organized annually by the Annang Foundation Incorporated in Ikwadipene local government area, the Rafia city and commercial capital of Annang Nation, aims at showcasing the rich cultural heritage of the Annang people and to attract tourism investors to the area to contribute to its revenue base, as portrayed in the theme of the 2018 edition of the festival, Annang Culture Beyond the National Frontiers. The festival featured Annang cultural displays, the Ujayanang beauty pageant, a colloquium, and other side attractions, and had in attendance representatives from the Bangladesh as well as Trinidad and Tobago embassies. In his welcome address, the president of the Annang Foundation and progenitor of AFAC, Abum Ifremukun, spoke on the essence of the festival.
It is with deep excitement that I welcome you all to this epoch-making event that we've gathered to work together, to think together, to provide solutions together for the future of Annang through our thoughts today. We start this year's AFAC as taking Annang culture beyond national frontiers. That is very apt and important considering the last 2.5 years. AFAC now in its third edition is a yearly event hosted in Ikwadipene, the Rafia city, and the commercial capital of Annang Nation. This year's theme, Annang Culture Beyond National Frontiers, envisages the spirit of taking Annang culture and its rich cultural opportunities to the next level. It is my hope that this event will showcase the rich culture and beauty of Annang people, attract tourist traffic, and tourism investors to this part of our shores and contribute to its revenue base, and then empower the artisans, the art that produces our arts, crafts, and what we capture as our culture. And this includes the promotion of foreign direct investment into Annang land through the cultural exchanges we are trying to develop in the last 2.5 years with the multiple embassies that we've come together to make sure that Annang Nation is well known and promoted, not just in Nigeria, but around the globe. This event will help strengthen relations between artisans, policymakers, and private tourism operators within this area and the country at large. This year's festival, which commenced yesterday, started with the pageantry, which was successfully completed with the emergence of the Annang 2018. With this symposium, we've gathered to continue what we started in 2016. It is our hope, it is our desire that the thoughts and then the lectures we will get today will encourage us to take the intellectual aspect of AFAC as important as it is, because without developing the intellectual aspect of it, we can't apply it to life and then sustain the growth that we so desire. I welcome you all to this colloquium and wish that you feel at home in Annang land and then enjoy hospitality. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Annang Mamado.
At the colloquium, which had in attendance top dignitaries from Annang land, as well as representatives of the foreign embassies, the chairman on the occasion, Justice Ntong Ntong of the High Court E2, made his opening remarks. This was followed by presentations by keynote speakers, including Professor Arnold Udoka of the University of Calabar, Dr. Nestor Udo, former Dean of Permanent Secretaries in the state, and Professor Imelda Udo of the University of Uyo. Their presentations elicited contributions from participants at the event.
I'm delighted to be given this opportunity to present a keynote address at this occasion. It's a privilege, and indeed a real privilege. So I want to thank first the organizers of this symposium for even thinking about the idea of the symposium to give an intellectual component to the other performative elements during the Annang Festival of Arts and Culture. It is pertinent not to ignore the direct colonial experience from 1903 to 1960 as a period of crisis for Annang culture. This period tainted the mindset of the Annang nation. For 2 generations, there was no correspondence between knowledge of society as handed down from generation to generation and a bureaucratic society that had been foisted on our nation. This engenders the theory that cognitive and affective domains of the culture can be altered between 1 and 2 generations. That even in 2013, a newspaper columnist posited that, and I quote, "We ignore our cultural heritage and adopt foreign ones. We fool ourselves into believing that we are people. We can never fully appreciate the foreign cultures we embrace. At the end, we are neither African nor European." And I might add, Annang, this is tragic. The foregoing being a stark introduction to a paper is necessary for the Annang man and woman to ruminate over certain cultural sensibilities that define Nigerian cultures and, in this case, deprecated the Annang indigenous heritage. This introduction is to compel the participants to participate or appreciate the thinking and the journey that have led to this gathering here today. The desire to escape the negative perception of and attitudes of Annang heritage, of mutual and experiential life, is the institution of the Annang Festival of Arts and Culture, of which this symposium is its intellectual component. The paradox is that this renaissance is championed by the educated elite, whose predecessors are accused of guaranteeing their self-defense through acquiescence to the dominant culture of the West and to the detriment of indigenous Annang culture and society. For the Annang nation, cultural tourism may sound like a new word. Actually, it is not. Since research in this aspect is almost non-existent in this past, it is not possible to meet the meaning of the term Raffia City, which the curriculum prides itself with. Did visitors not come to see and buy in this city with Raffia? Yes, they did, and still do. But that as cultural tourism has been lost on the Annang nation. The potentials and benefits of the Raffia City Fair outline were not annexed to the pool, and therefore, unconsciously or by act of omission or commission, a golden opportunity was lost in the midst of competing foreign materials of culture that changed aesthetic tastes. It is in the light of these laws of ground concerning the possibilities of appropriating and leveraging on the tangible and intangible, natural and cultural expressions in an nation that the title of this paper, Cultural Tourism, a Pathway for Annang Cultural Export, is germane. The focus of this paper is on the realities of the post-colonial emancipation of the cultural space and content of an nation, which locates in the tangible and intangible aspects of culture that span some of those iconic expressions that define the Annang nation, like the performative arts, arts and crafts, artifacts, gastronomy, sites, and language, to mention a few, that can market Annang as a destination of choice for tourists, as well as expose us to the world. Let it be known to you that Annang nation was the last nation to be colonized by the British. We got it in 1903, AFAC fell in 1904. So we were a strong nation that could defend ourselves, our land, and our property. So we resisted the British until 1903 and 1904. Our resistance created what shocked everyone, because we were still the most virgin place to be colonized. Most people will not know that Ikarekane became the host of GB Oliphant, PZ, and all the big supermarkets that were in the east of Nigeria. They were all located in Ikarekane, not anywhere else. You'll be shocked to realize that as of 1923, that AFAC served as the first place to disrun the Native Authority. Do we have that in our history books? The Native Authority that was played out from 1939, and everybody became a Native Authority worker. The experiment took place in AFAC in 1923. We are still not celebrating the cultural element of our civilization, that Ikarekane is the first place that local government system was experimented upon in the whole of West Africa. This city. So we have all these cultural artifacts and relics that we are not actually celebrating. So, who loses? I ask, who loses? We lose. So we are still looking at the potentials of what exists as cultural elements that we can handle. Cultural tourism has gained its patent by enlisting the tapestry of human and naturally generated experiences to create a new direction and content to the products that drive the economy. So we're talking about cultural tourism, we're actually talking about the economy. Most nations in the world are not as endowed as the Annang nation, but they have harnessed the few natural and cultural inventions to their advantage. In so many ways, Annang culture can be exported. I agree that there are some cultural materials that are immobile. What about the ones that are? Annang art and crafts can be exported once they meet a certain benchmark to be accepted in the international market. Annang festival of art and culture can be replicated around the world with content that includes other aspects that are both identity markers as well as money screening. You should not escape the mind that the tourists are bound to, without asking, export the products of the culture that they have purchased. One might not be far from the truth to hold the view that cultural tourism is a philosophy, in the sense that it has transformed the character of indigenous and conventional economy completely, and now it can be said there is a term like cultural tourism economy. The Annang nation stands to benefit from cultural tourism if she accepts and adopts it as an economic game changer and as a way to preserve and promote Annang culture.
There are some countries in this world that exist only on tourism. The one I want to mention now, and and that is the state of Israel. When you are in the state of Israel, you will realize what I'm talking about. You find people from all over the country, from all over the world, and they make money and make money and make money. I have a book, English, for example, I'm one of the tourists that I don't know what kind of thing. Okay, what I want to tell you, you get the work, you don't need me. I can't say, Jesus Christ, I get the work. You know, what I'm trying to say is that the culture tribe and curiosity, high travel, curiosity. And there are so many curiosities in our state. There are so many in this our land. But in a place called Ukanafun, we have Blue River in Ukanafun. We have a very exotic forest, and so many other things. When you call it, you have Rafia Pan, you have Ekaman, and all sorts of things. But the problem is the major problem that we have, the major problem that this country has, is crude oil. There are other types of oil. Palm oil is there, coconut oil is there. In fact, our governor will tell you that coconut oil has 365 uses, and so on and so forth, which means at any point in time, all these oils are money spinners. Crude oil too is a money spinner. But crude oil kills initiative. Because when somebody digs crude oil there, even the point at the end of the month, everybody will sit down and expect that something is coming. Where this money comes from, nobody knows. You don't know, but you see, and the money also just comes. And therefore, everybody struggles for that money. Yet, you have coconut oil that has 365 uses. You have palm oil which you see it. You don't put oil but now, from what I'm getting, and say like something kind. That means that whether you will say the 100 grams or 1,000 grams of oil we know. But we don't know this because of crude oil. So crude oil plays initiative. Now, what we are trying to focus on and land now, these days, let us, because we are trying to teach our own young people that after all, you can make more money from all other types of things than crude oil. Have a crude oil, you struggle, you go and struggle with politicians. But when you look around, groundnut is there, crude oil is there, vegetable oil is there, palm oil is there, coconut oil is there, every other thing is there, raffia, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much.
Language is an extremely important aspect of a community, for it is the vital index of identity. It is used for communicative functions that the community requires, and above all, it serves as a repository of a people's culture, history, and exploits. In fact, it is language that differentiates the Homo sapiens from other animals. Language is so important to man that every community and every government should address linguistic issues with the same vigor that infrastructures are developed. By understanding your cultural heritage, you value it. By valuing it, you want to care for it. By caring for it, you get to enjoy it. And from enjoying it comes the thirst to understand it. And the cycle continues like that. So there are many aspects of our culture that we do not understand. And sometimes because we do not understand them, we discredit and disregard them. And they become endangered and eventually lost. If we investigate them, then we can reinvent them. That reinvention involves the sustenance of some aspects as well as the improvement and remediation of aspects of that culture that are inimical to the society. And we do agree that there are many aspects of our culture that can be so described. We advocate for a reinvention of the Annang culture through the Annang language. So the Annang language, like other languages, is an important indigenous knowledge system, as we say, that needs to be investigated and empowered for use in different domains. There will be the need to revise and review obnoxious aspects of the culture in a way that will give credit to the past, be beneficial to the present, and sustainable for the future. Let me reiterate the need for archives. The Annang language itself is an archive, which houses the Annang indigenous knowledge system as a whole. There is need for the two archives mentioned earlier, analog and electronic archives, to be established in Annang land. The analog archive should form a hub and a rallying point for work on Annang. Such work should include the empowerment of the Annang data for storage and sharing in the electronic archive. The Annang Foundation can set this up. Such venture will not only allow access from any part of the world, but also increase the value of the language and culture, as well as generate more interest from both the speakers and others interested in Annang.
The event featured presentation of awards to deserving sons and daughters of Annang land, presentation of certificates of participation, as well as induction into the Annang Hall of Fame.
With this certificate, the Annang Foundation Incorporated has inducted you, most Reverend Dr. Camillus Raymond Lamar, into the Annang Hall of Fame.
This certificate of participation in AFAC 2018 is presented to the High Commissioner of Bangladesh in Nigeria as a friend of Annang Nation, it is dated December 23, 2018, signed by a Republican President and Honorable Justice Gabriel as trustee. Congratulations.
I am very glad to attend your NPO Annang Foundation AFAC 2018 for me. And I will be also happy to participate in this event. It's the first time for us. As you know that the commission opened in Nigeria in 2016. So this is the second time we are participating cultural function in Nigeria. First one is Annang, Abuja, and where from Bangladesh 9 members of cultural teams represented there. So in AFAC, just only myself and my colleague Mr. Ugo participating here. So really, I am thankful to the organizers as well as to participate of 2018, and hope in future we will try our best to participate in a team manner, so that both the countries' cultural relations grow into this growth. And actually, I don't have any preparation that to tell you something here. And even though I don't have any program schedule also, where I have to go, when I have to attend, straight just bring here, come. Yesterday I was in Gaza, and today here. There's no time to be a speaker, why someone to speak, what's the details, I don't have anything. So thank you once again to give me the opportunity to speak something in presence of all of you, and really I am thankful to everybody, the chair who is a guest of honor, and also the guests here who I am seeing.
The colloquium climaxed with the launching of the Annang Renaissance magazine.
We have the medical edition of Annang Renaissance Compendium, which is a publication of the Annang Foundation, which encapsulates most of the things the Ikoro Dr. Arnold talked about is inside there, the Blue River, the Osaka Forest, and a whole lot of other tourist centers, and write-ups on various aspects of Annang land are inside the magazine.
in a tent, it is an experience.
AFAC 2018 saw the Ikorekpene Plaza filled to capacity as people from all walks of life gathered to witness the emergence of the Annang 2018. The pageant, which had 17 beautiful damsels from Annang land, contest for the crown and the store prize of a brand new car, began with a unity dance and proceeded to different stages of the contest as directed by the judges.
The beauty of Annang culture can be seen that Annang people receive visitors warm-heartedly.
The beauty of Annang culture lies in the Annang tradition. Let's take for instance what I'm putting on. It's a typical example of an Annang dancer. The type of dance I'm presenting, they call it Abang. Because is best known as the Ruffian city. You go to the Bukanako, you see the culture and tradition. This includes the arts and crafts, the Mpopo tradition. The Annang people are also known for their sense of accommodation.
And God has blessed them with good farm produce, such as gari, yam, plantain, fresh pepper, onions, and many other farm produce.
This is what the organizers call the IQ question. Listen very carefully. It can be very tricky. All right? So what we're going to do, we have 17 of you on the stage. So when you're called up to the front and after introducing yourselves, you will pick a number between 1 and 17. And we will read the question to you. Is it legal for a man to marry his widow's sister?
No, it is illegal.
Why is it illegal?
Because in our culture, even the Bible says that it is not good for a man to marry his sister.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Why can't a woman living in Ghana be buried in Nigeria?
Thank you so much for that beautiful question. Because she is still alive.
What word would you use to describe a man that does not have all his fingers on one hand?
I'll use the word normal.
Correct, yes. What is always coming but never arrives? Okay, let me help you. Tomorrow. That's the correct answer. If a plane crashes on the border between Nigeria and Cameroon, where do you bury the survivors?
You cannot bury a surviving person because he's still alive.
Correct. Where is an ocean with no water?
Thank you very much for the question. Ocean with no water is on the map.
That's correct. Which room has no walls?
The correct answer is mushroom.
That's correct. That's it. What can you never eat for breakfast?
Lunch and dinner.
Alright, that's the correct answer that I have here. You are imagining that you are in a sinking boat surrounded by sharks. How would you survive?
Stop imagining.
I stop imagining. You're correct. What common 11-letter word is always spelled incorrectly?
The answer is incorrectly.
Correct. The answer is incorrectly.
With love and strength and faith, the labor of our heroes shall never be in vain.
To defend our unity and our own and honor and glory, so save me, Lord.
Contestant number 8.
In love and purity, to grant and live just and true. My head is high
Down raise the marble bar.
All right, thank you.
To serve with heart and mind, one day.
After several stages emerged the top 10, then the top 5, next the top 3, all based on courage, composure, dress sense, creativity, and IQ test, among others.
Goyang the late email mana. Ewe da yenge mika election. Gemboke. Again our yesbel election. Gegedo. Ageka waidong abo. My brother, I went young. Kebu when vote me. Kebu go yai benefit. maybe on it or maybe make observe on me, Meta. I will keep people in here, benefit. Some meal, we would do. You will for 5 benefit, it ain't don't bomb. Yeah, and they got him then. I don't know, governor, go to Joseph, and they will see again. I think I don't get you, Miss Yang, or a bottom of Abba, Usia, Usiaka. I don't just the video saying it, I don't want to talk out your war. I don't know where I know again. The governor, I don't want to get one back or get a hand and Paraguay or get a remedy. Oh, well, is it to the governor on protocol or Agunaro, and I didn't get a bomb or carry go back. The people live in another way, they say, book. They get my way and I saw governor, I go look at it in the way he says it as Jenny. They don't have my excellency. Don't you remember how he go back? You go back. You remember what I was like? Ladies and gentlemen, can you please put your hands together? If AFAC 2018 so far has been a success.
Going on, boy.
These are our best 3 among the best 5. Contestant number 13 is the second runner-up. Please give her a round of applause.
I'm here to present to you the winner of Miss Annang 2018. Please, let's put our hands together for contestant number 7.
Oh yes. Nice, well deserving. Alright, at this point in time, we are in Young Noise going to crown the first runner-up.
Out there, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
The star prize of a brand new car was later presented to the winner of the Annang 2018 in an elaborate ceremony.
Here is the brand new car. Annang Foundation. Annang Festival of Arts and Culture. the second, the first, the second, and it's a beauty to behold in all ramifications. We thank all the contestants, but we are all winners, but one has to be the overall winner. So in fulfillment of the promise to make sure that the Ujayanang has a means of delivering the responsibility that comes with that position. Ajit Tonang, me that boy sangami, ikapin no nyam, film. We see, we will no. No, okay, and I'm just one weekend. So you do what you have about me, and then I see one weekend. I will just have a soon of you come in. Oh no, not fair. Changandam, Annang, Manatodin, Renafo had a very, very successful. I'm going to hand over now. We've been. I would have been Swami. I don't know. Katana, my one better day. A bear would order for his arcade. This comes with very serious responsibility. We are going to introduce not just the other beauty queens to other competitions around the South and around Nigeria, hoping that we will be able to improve on what we've done today. Not just this, we want to showcase the Annang woman as the pride of Annang Nation. And what else can we do than to do this? So we thank Annang for the opportunity. We thank you for showing interest in what is Annang. So we congratulate you today. You have an agreement with us, with the Annang Foundation. And that agreement must be followed to the letter, otherwise we will depose you and push the next person in command to take over your position. So on behalf of the Annang Foundation, we say congratulations to you.
First of all, I'd really like to say thank you to God for this opportunity. It's like a dream come true, and I hope you guys should anticipate my pet project as it's coming by maybe along this month or next month. But I cannot reveal it because it's a big thing, and I actually want you guys to see it as it comes. Making to me daddy framing come canton especially Mr. Bumi from Okun. He framing they have seen so much future and so much talent in the beautiful ladies and the youth and the boys, the guys, the men and the women of Annang land. So I would especially want to say thank you to them, because without them this would not be possible. And of course to every indigenous of Annang land and the state and world at large who come out here to support us in one way or the other. I would like to say thank you so much. I really appreciate, we and all the queens appreciate, and I say thank you so much.
The first and second runner-ups also got their prizes. Also on the occasion, winners of the Annang Essay Competition 2018 for senior secondary school students were presented their prizes. Here's what stakeholders had to say at the event.
Collaborations will come beyond Nigeria. Funding will no longer be an issue, and I'm also sure that government, beyond that of Akwa Ibom State, will begin to think deep into growing culture and tourism. Thank goodness that today, the boutique airport in Akwa Ibom State has an addition. 3 flights that take off and land here. And my thinking, I'm probably not follow me from Okun. and those who are working with him is, when these guests, visitors, visit Akwa Ibom State, what document will guide them to where they want to go and drink palm wine? What document will guide them to where they will come and shop for souvenirs? Which document we have to present to our guests that will take them to learn the ancient history of Biafra City? The first local government administration in Nigeria was, put an experiment, and much more that we have in Akwa Ibom State. In fact, in Annang, it is fully documented that we have seen served as a marketing tool for AFAC 2017 and that of 18.
That there is nothing devilish, there is nothing barbaric, there is nothing satanic about the Annang culture. We are here to prove to the world that even the gospel message that we preach was incarnated within a culture, and Christ came to us from a cultural milieu. And we are here to tell the world to protect and preserve what we have. Because God can only reach out to us in the way we are. And we have to understand that grace builds on nature. And what is nature in this context? It is our culture. So when we are well disposed culturally, we will be able to meet God spiritually. And so I am here with all the members of St. Columbanus family, and in the name of the principal, Reverend Father Dr. Momoren, and in the name of the proprietor of St. Columbanus Secondary School, Most Reverend Camillus Remonomo, we want to tell Donald Foundation we are proud of this project, and we will continue to identify with this project each time you invite us to be part of it. So congratulations, it is a lovely cause. Continue in this part of excellence.
Sa abum ifrem akun ide memmem bawo di si okongo mon nam bon no wo inu ide memmem bawo di si okongo mon nam bon no idong awon tangame ade mana de apere me kede uda ko fere kwane ko ke karan nam se ngenda mam. But I think he has a special grace from God to do what he has done. I want to join millions of Annang sons and daughters all over the world, in the words of my friend, Professor, in the doxology of the Annang people, to say that the Annangs, they have a pride to behold, and that pride is your culture. AFAC, through Ntona, has taken the cultures of Annang beyond the borders. They have also taken this culture as their pride. As we speak today, some collections of Annang language and some books of Annang people is in Ecuador, is in other countries of the world. This AFAC is going the way it is going. Then, countries of the world will always come and invest in what you have started. Once again, I want to wish you well and pray good God Almighty to strengthen you and make these your legs be stronger so that we can pilot the first of AFAC. In the nearest future. God bless you. Thank you.
Annang Foundation ina madai tieti na mmoigena na uchoro mego ana kena atagba art exhibition enye gigore pene. Annang Foundation in Society of Nigerian Artists Akwa Ibom State chapter ufang ewe ya igwo nwe ko no utomoji mkpo uso jitisi na nso yoke to ogomi aspirant jina dong the meet them Trinidad and Tobago jigito inye mkpo uso so at the time boy nemesi jigike any partner nemmo boy dinam exhibition.
The Annang Foundation actually started in USA. It's a 28-year-old organization. Mpokenam Sinnegetom of the Annang Foundation. The Annang Foundation in Nigeria is getting to be 4 years old now. We are very, very proud of what we've been able to achieve in Nigeria. So on behalf of the Annang Foundation USA, I stand here to congratulate Annang in Nigeria, Bonifrem Okun, for his passion, for his love.
Next, we bring to you sights and sounds of the AFAC 2018.
the people in Kwiboku, into local government, are related to the people in Okwaba. You have Ikono, local government. Then you have Borikono in Etimeko. There's that intermarriage and interrelationship somehow. Now this is about something that happened in Abat in Etimeko local government some decades. The title is Acts in Flight. Acts in Flight.
Okay.
It's about a village square in Abat town in Etimeko local government. On a daily basis, the youth were made to go and sweep that square so that people would go there for entertainment, for folk tales, and all that. Then one morning, they surfaced to see 7 trees, mature trees, firmly rooted in the place. With an axe at the base of the tree. That's what inspired this book, with an axe at the base of the tree. And when they inquired to find out what actually, where they surfaced from, because the previous day it wasn't, and the following day such a thing happened, they found out that the 7 trees came from Abat in Ona local government, where they were about being cut down. There was a deforestation that was going on there. So they were about being cut down, and they decided to take a flight from Abat in Ona to Abat in Mexico. They surfaced there the following morning and were firmly rooted to the place. Now people started using the place for diabolical purposes, and so many people fled the area because they could not understand how, and they decided to call that Amaiso Anwa Ebu, meaning they were calling it about the axe now. Well, some were calling it Ekuritiaba. So you hear them calling that place Ekuritiaba. Meaning, have you seen the 7 or Anwa? Now in 2014, Pentecostal churches and Orthodox churches in Abat town decided to come together and go to that place to have a solemn assembly. During the solemn assembly, they prayed concerning the activities of the past, because it was noted that you can't even pick any firewood, you can't take any tree. Yes, you can't cut down any tree from there to go use for firewood or for any purpose. You couldn't use it, so people dreaded the area. But today, I want you to know that in that place, crusades have been going on. Churches do go there, and the place is now a very free place for people to visit.
Still the trees intact?
No, the trees aren't there anymore.
Okay, they disappeared again or cut down?
No, they were cut down. The place has been really trimmed down and prepared in such a way that people can go there. Now this artwork was inspired by that story. To be able to document it, I just wanted to show us that art is not just for beautification and utilitarian purposes only. We use it to document events that some history textbooks won't go down to Abat town in Etimego to write about this. So this work here is rendered in acrylic, and it is to document that thing that happened decades back.
Actually done by some things we just look at and discard. It's actually like creating something out of nothing. These are cow horns that were discarded, thrown away. He collects these cow horns, picked up this calabash, and then came up with this composition here, a maiden with a stream. So we just offered to buy this. This is the first one somebody has made an offer. So this is the next staff of the state Ministry of Culture and Tourism.
Having successfully concluded the 2018 edition of AFAC, the Annang Foundation is optimistic that the 2019 edition will be bigger and better. For more information, check out the website www.afac.com.ng or send an email to info@afac.com.ng or admin@afac.com.ng.